What's up, baby? It's another day, another grind. What will you do with your time? Either make you or you make it. Ah, man, listen, y'all. We're finna get ready to hit the stage right now. This is Coach J. I'm here with Coach V.
What's up, you guys? This is Coach V. We about to do this thing.
Most definitely. So, hey, y'all follow what we got. We got some good stuff in store for y'all. Make sure y'all follow.
All right, you guys, I'm back. I'm back because I have the privilege and the honor of introducing a dynamic speaker coming to the stage. Caleb is the dynamic character leadership development trainer, coach, and transformative leader who is passionate about helping young students elevate and unleashing the greatness within. Caleb is a charismatic speaker with a burning desire to help people realize and utilize their full potential. Being called a motivational storyteller, his inspirational personal story, coupled with his passionate delivery style, resonates with audiences of all ages. Caleb pushes people to be better, do better, and live better lives by challenging them to change their work ethic towards accomplishing their goals. You guys, please give a warm welcome, straight out of Douglas, Mr. Caleb Jordan.
What they all say, right? Awesome.
Tifton, give it up, give it up. Come on, come on, come on. It's happy Juneteenth. I'm excited. I'm excited. I am humbled to be here today. Let's give it up for Jake's Hands for putting on this great event. Hey, let me just say this. Make sure y'all take some of these vendors. They got some good wings back there, all of that. So take advantage of today as we celebrate Juneteenth. This is for us. This is our celebration. Let's give it up one more time. All right, we got some energy. All right, all right. All right. So I would like to propose with a question for today. And my question is, what is freedom? Freedom can mean different for each and every one of you, but I want to share with you something today, what freedom means to me. Freedom is the song of the soul, set free, the echo of hope in the land of the free. It's the courage to stand, the right to speak, the power to rise, to thrive and seek. It's the unity in our community, the call of freedom, the unity in our community. Today, I stand before you as a day of dignity, honor, and respect for Juneteenth. On June 19th, 1965, the day when the Emancipation Proclamation, when Abraham Lincoln 2 years prior set our free slaves free, it is a day in history that we must monument. It is a day in history that we must never forget. Let me just say this. Today, I did not come to bore you with hymns or melodies. I did not come to give you a message of something that you have not heard before, but I did come to encourage you and to empower you that us as African Americans, the one thing that we must continue to do in this time is to keep moving together. Let me everybody here say, keep moving together. That is what we must do. I'm a young man from the small city of Douglas, Georgia, but a man that has a passion and a heart for our African Americans. Listen, as we look at today, June the 19th, we must not forget a very pivotal person in this movement, a woman by the name of Opal Lee. For those who don't know who Opal Lee is, Opal Lee is known as the grandmother of Juneteenth. Opal Lee was a survivor of the 1938 bombing in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas by the Ku Klux Klan. But on June the 19th, 2016, Opal Lee, she figured out there was a problem. And the problem was that as this celebration of Juneteenth, there's not enough recognition that is going across the U.S. So at the age of 89 years old, Opal Lee made a decision to want to do something different. So Opal Lee from Fort Worth, Texas, she was on a mission to get as many signatures to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. So she tracked 1,400 miles from Fort Worth, Texas on June 19, 2016, all the way to Washington, D.C. Can you imagine an 89-year-old woman that has enough fire in her to make signatures to make sure that the awareness of the United States of America was making sure that we bring the true meaning of Juneteenth? So she started the journey in 2016. From the research says that she walked about 2.5 miles a day. She's 89 years old. And as they saw this lady walking, people started asking, "What are you doing?" And she started telling people that I'm bringing back the awareness of Juneteenth for my ancestors and for my people. So as this pal started the journey to Washington, D.C., around this time, every year she would start the journey. If we flash forward to 2021, from the time of 2016 and the time of 2021, OPAL received 1.5 million signatures to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. So this is why the importance, OPAL is someone that we must remember and we must not forget. She is a grandmother of Juneteenth and a pivotal rising for Juneteenth today. So because of her, the celebration over the years has slowly started to rise. As we are finally getting the recognition of our freedom and independence on this day. And every year, the independence for our African American will continue to grow and grow and grow. All right, now that I have your attention, today I got to leave you with something before I even get off this stage today. And the 3 points that I really want to leave you is the 3 C's. If we as African Americans can continue to understand the sacrifices of our ancestors and move towards the scope of freedom, we will really understand the sacrifices that OPAL made. So my first C is community. Let me hear you say community. Every community has problems. Every community has issues and things that is going on. But I truly believe that God has given every individual out here today a special talent and a special gift. But always the threat is, and what they say, us as African Americans, no matter what we do, we can't come together. I truly believe, as we keep moving forward and as the Juneteenth this year, that we truly need to understand the importance of the unity in community. We can go a whole lot farther together than by ourselves. And there has been many things, many parameters. My father always shares the story that I want to share with you today. If you look at the history of the African American, of where it all originated from, in the 1700s, there was a man by the name of William Lynch. You may not know who that man is, but at the time, the African-American slave was so determined and they could do nothing to handle or cause the mental to control the slave. So the slave owners came together and Mr. William Lynch said, listen, there are strategies that you can use if you use these strategies, it can affect the slave or the black man or African American for over 400 years. So William Lynch, he wrote letters to slave owners. These are things of what you got to do to keep the person separate. So what he would do is he said, what you do is you divide them by color. You separate the light skin over here. You separate the blacks here. You separate the slave with good hair, the slaves with nappy hair, and you let them look at their differences among each other. And from that, he said, you take a man, you tie him this way, you tie him that way to horses. You set the horse on fire, you put the family in front, the mother, the child in front, so they can see the father annihilated. by the thing that implemented is fear. And to this day, we are still facing some of the same issues. We cause fear to stop us from doing things. We cause fear to look at a person from a jealous angle. And we must not let the things of doing and the attacks of the mental control us and to continue to help us keep moving forward. There's somebody right now that you've been gifted with the ability to cook. There's somebody right now that you've been gifted with the ability to run a daycare center or whatever your endeavor is. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that there is a person, that God has divinely appointed people that is connected to what you do. How many believe that? So with that, the community aspect, that we have to keep thriving. We can't let anything stop us that is going around in this time right now. We cannot let the things that stopped our ancestors from pushing us forward right now. So number one is community. Number two is collaboration. Let me hear you say collaboration. Collaboration over competition. Collaboration over competition. It does not matter what you have. At the end of the day, we can go a lot further together. We can accomplish a lot further together than by ourselves. We have to understand the importance of collaboration, because it is the one thing that the enemy will try to do everything he can to divide the black man or black woman from coming together. And we have to, as today, as a monumental day, understand that collaboration is the only way that we can continue to win, that we can continue to go in other communities, that we continue to share what we do with people. I always say that the strength of the team determines the size of the dream. Somebody missed that one. The strength of your team will help you determine the size of your dream. So it's not about looking at our differences, but it's about what we can do to accomplish a goal that is set on our heart, the vision that God has gave us in whatever capacity, and get it done. It's 2024 right now. And the question that I want to ask you, since last year of 2023, what have we done differently to come together and collaborate on things? There's no judgmental spirits. There's no jealous spirits. At the end of the day, we must figure out, us today, as a celebration and another reminder, what will we do to come together? So we talked about the community, the unity in the community. We talked about collaboration over competition. At the end of the day, we can go a lot further together than we can by ourselves. And the last but not least, which is the most hardest, is change. My father always says, if it doesn't challenge you, then it won't change you. He also says that change isn't change until you change. At the end of the day, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and nothing's happened, that's called insanity. And at the end of the day, if it's not working, what can we do to put our differences to the side, to put our pride to the side and say, you know what? If we really want to make change in this community, I have to put my pride down, you have to put your down, and we have to come together to see the process of change. Because it's easier said than done. But we must remember how far we came. We must remember there are individuals, I want to read this right here, from Tifton County, that has paved the way for some of the people in here that you may not even know. According to research, when you talk about the South Georgia community, and we're going to talk about Tifton County today, there are 87 historical figures of people that have done historical things in Tifton County. Go research it for yourself. I'm only going to give you 7 right now, all right? Number 1, Dr. Benjamin Doc Melton was the first black man to seek public office in Tifton County. The first black lawyer and judge was the Honorable Larry Mims. The first black barber in Tifton was Trey Bryant Sr. The first black homecoming queen in 1958 was Miss Jacqueline Smith. The first black principal in Tift County was Milton Dees. The first black sports complex was the Littman Gym. And in 2011, one of the professional athletes that came from Tift County was Larry Dean in the 2011 draft. In 2021, Rashad Bateman was the first black from Tifton, Georgia to get drafted in the first round of the NFL draft. But by the count of 3, I need everybody to participate for me. I'm almost done. All right, y'all listening? By the count of, when I say 3, I want you to say your name as loud as you can. Your first and last name. Not your first, but your first and last. All right? Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oderian.
There's power in your name. There's power in your DNA. And that no one on this world can do what you can. God gave you a gift. He gave you a talent. He gave you a unique ability to be able to make impact in whatever he has called you to do. So when you look at the name History, we can say his story, her story. What is your story? What are you doing to impact and change your community? What are you doing to make impact? There comes a time, I truly believe, that we have been created to be the solution and not the problem. But we need people to understand that I can no longer sit down. I can no longer just watch things happen year after year and do nothing. And we are here for a celebration. We on June the 19th, the history of Juneteenth. So with that being said, what will you do different? What will you do to change your community? What will you do to collaborate with people who are already in the same position that can help us all move forward together? And the hardest, what will you do to change your community? The unity in the community. The 3 C's. I need everybody to repeat after me. Say, we can. We will. We must. We can. We will. We must. Win. Win. We must come together. The community. The unity in the community. Today is a day that we've never seen. But we celebrate and understand that we must be better every day. We must challenge ourselves to solve problems and to not just let things linger on so bad that it's almost uncurable. But this is a reminder as we celebrate each and everybody. I see Rich Royal over there. Shout out to Rich Royal, Kashawn, doing his thing. All of the people, all of the vendors that are over here. Let's support our people today, but not today, every day. Not just one day out the whole year, but every day. We will be better. We will come together, and we will solve problems. I'll see you at the top because the bottom is too crowded.